good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
We back.
Yeah, and we got a special guest in the room.
Hey,
shout out, Young
how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Y'all, 52 Collective in the building.
Hell yeah. And we got a dope conversation going on this afternoon.
Yes,
We really are going to talk about T-Pain's comments about no friends in the industry.
My brothers.
No new friends. No old friends.
Damn.
No friends in the business whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's sat down with on Club Shay Shay and talked about his entire career, but he specifically talked about how he has no friends in the industry. He went on a rant about DJ Khaled not being his friend and using him for certain things. And we're going to play that clip. And as we're playing it, are you connected?
I am not. I can be. Keep talking.
We're gonna play that clip and figure out how to how we can talk about friends in the industry and whether or not that's a valid perspective that T-Pain has. Whenever you get it, I'll just run it from there.
What have you learned about this business in 20 years?
Nobody is your brother. Nobody.
Come on, Payne. Don't do that. Payne,
Nobody.
Payne, because I hear it all the time. That's my brother. I hear it,
You
Payne.
done seen so many dicks in that locker room. None of them is your brother.
Come on, Payne.
Nobody is your brother. Everybody's your brother while they can use you. Everybody. Everybody is your brother while they can use you. Nobody is your brother. That is the quickest and the most consistent thing that I've learned through this whole thing.
You had to learn that the hard way?
Everybody, and you know what? It's only that say you my brother. That I'm telling, just like that.
Yeah, because you wouldn't allow somebody that didn't say that to get close to you.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
So nobody's your brother.
No.
What do you think?
If you specifically talking about industry, yeah. I mean, it is like T-Pain said. I mean, you, my family, as long as I can use you. If you and that person don't specifically like know each other, like whether it's like you know their families, you've been there in a crisis, came through like and did things that like what normal people do, then it's based off of what can you do for me. Like, and that's especially in that industry that he's talking about. Like, and he goes on later to talk about DJ Khaled in that way and how it was all friends and this, that, and the other. But when business is involved, people are just trying to get the biggest percentage, especially in the industry, no matter who it is.
Yeah, the major label industry specifically. What about you, STL? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really agree with what he's saying just because I'm not in the industry. And like, for me personally, like my people who I'm around is y'all. Like, you guys are like my family. Y'all treat me so well. And like another one that I can shout out even is like, shit, Mike G and Will P, bro. Shout out to them, bro. They did not need to have me at their Seattle show. But out of the, gracefulness of their heart, out of the love that they showed to me, and the love that they even have for our state, like to like have me go out there and perform with them, bro, that's love. So it's like, thankfully I haven't really got to experience what he's talking about, T-Pain, but I get what he's saying, like especially when it's in the industry. Like a lot of people will say one thing, would go the complete opposite way. Or like with my music, I had a lot of people being like, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to that." Oh yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
It sounds like he's talking about like major label politics.
Yeah.
That us indie folks don't even experience to the most part. We have to form relationships in order to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
we, as a matter of fact, I'd rather form relationships because if there's not a relationship form, it's just a transaction. Like I'm just paying you to do a verse, sing a hook, play some music, all that other stuff. And I've made the best music with folks that I've had relationships with, not transacted with.
And I also think we have experienced it on certain levels because there's a lot of clout. That, like in the independent level, it's always about clout. In terms of like, we've missed out on shows or people didn't think we could do certain shows because they thought this artist would be bigger than what we could bring in. So on and so forth. I mean, those are the politics. And I mean, they'll make it something different. But it's like, but fam, you could have like told me that. Like if you had said, hey, I don't really think you're going to pull in the bigger number, or hey, let's work together to try and increase the number, or let's go and do this. But more people act like the industry and things that they've seen where it's like, well, I'm trying to do X, Y, Z. Like I want to pack this place out. I don't really care if the music sounds good. I don't really care if I like the person personally. Like I don't really care if, I kind of owe you whatever because you work with me no matter what. It's clout. And so, so it happens even at all levels.
The brother thing does wear down when people are trying to chase clout. Like back home, there were folks that we would work with that wouldn't even promote the shows that we were doing together because they cared more about their clout than selling tickets. You know what I mean? Even if it was a free show at the door, like they care about more about their clout than getting people in the door in and of itself. Like, and so yes, that does like become a dynamic, but I think that clout is connected for the same reasons to the major industry that independence. You know what I mean? It's for the same reasons.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people actually know how to break from that though, right? Because you do want to get, like, especially if you're an artist, you want to get to a place to where people know your name, people are listening to your music, and you are increasing your cachet, if you will. Mm-hmm. And so if people aren't building towards that or adding towards that, you're going to try and do them dirty. At least I wouldn't, but that's what most people end up doing because that's what you see from the labels, and that's your only example. Because the outside example, whether it's La Russell or whatever, you assume a lot of different things. And majority of independent artists that are successful basically build your own stuff with the people that are around you until you get big enough that you can get a distribution deal with somebody.
Yeah. A good example. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Go ahead and I'll ask you a question.
I was just going to say a good example of that exactly is like Travis Thompson and Obley Reed. Personally, I got to meet Obley Reed at a seminar, and he was just so involved with everyone. He's so damn involved. Like, he took the time to come up and talk to me, even though it was like a group seminar type thing and we kind of had to raise our hands. He took the time to come and talk to me about my album for a second, told me to DM him, and he DM'd me back, told me, hey, come to the show. And I feel like you were saying, building up in the community, like he's a really good example of that. We just went to the show, and I'm telling you right now, me and Vil were taking notes. We were taking a lot of notes from everything that we were seeing of him doing.
What did you learn?
To not be scared to just reach out to people, because I feel like there's a very like your fans, like people that you want to see at your show specifically. Like for my Olympia show, I have people that I'm reaching out to that's in Olympia specifically,
right? And
telling them, hey, show up. I want to see you there. It's a free show. I'd love to see you there. And you
send
can also,
that text.
Yeah. It's personal, and it means more. Like it meant more for Obley to invite me to his show than it would have to just seeing the ad and then wanting to go on myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's some shit that you should do. Like maybe in January, if you remember for my Terry show, like I made like handmade invites.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I just like, you're invited to the show. You're invited to the show. It was an album release. Like we had some food, we had some drink, we had some, you know what I mean? It was a
Start out pretty odd.
yeah. It was a really like cool atmosphere. Joe led the cipher for a little bit, and people were enjoying that. And I sat down and I performed. I brought some of my visual art. So like you can show multiple sides of you. I don't know.
Right.
That might be a good idea to make use of. But like, did you learn anything else other than like, you know, ask for people to show up?
The live band aspect was pretty cool. The way that he was kind of going about the live stuff. I don't know. What did he do at one point? He said, look to your left, look to your right. Say hi to them, make a handshake. I'm going to take 20 seconds. Make a handshake, say hi, blah, blah, blah. That interaction with the crowd also was very...
Okay.
Some crowd
I
engagement.
love that.
Yeah.
Right.
I really like that. And he did that multiple times. And it just means a lot to like have the people who are coming to your shows just be involved, because it's really easy to just sit, you know, it gets to a point sometimes when even I'm at a show, someone's on their fourth song, it sounds like the first and the second and the third. Hey Vil, yeah, let's go hit our vape. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hit the vape. I don't. It was really hard to do that at Obley's show.
Yeah,
because it was just he was saying stuff to the crowd. Everything was so involved. It was pretty, like, the way that he had that set up, I would love to have my show set up like that. Had his mom there, family there, you know, everything like that. So I thought that was really pretty. And then just the crowd interaction, I thought that was really beautiful. And that was something to definitely learn off of.
That was going to be my next question. Like, how do you prevent from feeling like how T-Pain felt? Like, you kind of answered a little bit of that, but T, what do you got?
Yeah, well, I don't want to answer that question. I want you to answer that question.
Oh, damn.
Because that's what I was going to ask you.
Hey.
How do you not feel that way around people that you're working with?
I guess just keeping everything in house and everything close. You know, like, I trust everyone in this room, everyone in 52. When I do stuff like my music videos, those are done by my cousin Nico. That's my cousin. That's my blood family. And as much as I possibly can, everything that I do, I would love to keep it in house, in family, friends and family. I don't consider my friends friends. I consider my friends family. Like, if y'all are my friends, y'all are family.
Facts.
And I think that's like one of the biggest ways to prevent it, really. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can say about that, really. That's all I can...
What about you?
I'm going to say keep the business, and your friendship. So, like, understand how to respect people on the front end. Respect that it's like, I don't care if I'm getting 5% on the song. So, say we did a posse cut with everybody on it. If I'm getting 5% on the song, I'm getting 5%. Like, you got to break the publishing down, however you got to break the publishing down and the streams and everything else. Like, because I respect you as an artist, I respect searchability, I respect the connectivity of creating a universe that is actually symbiotic versus just parasitic.
Yeah.
Because I know how it can be in the industry, and that's like my prevention is like understand what the business is up front, respect somebody's time. If I'm talking to a producer, I want them to always understand that I want to have a collaborative relationship versus a transactional relationship. Because you can buy a beat, but like I would much rather give that Alchemist feel. Like, Alchemist went from just being known for dope beats to now being known as if you're gonna do a collaborator
incarnate. Yeah.
Like, and that's what I want every producer that I deal with to kind of feel, is that there's an opportunity for you to grow as a producer, but also get a little bit of that shine, because without you, this album doesn't turn out the way it is, and without my bars, like they're a fusion dance, if you will, and they don't work one without the other, to me.
Yeah, that's the advice I always give solo artists, is like find a producer that you fuck with, like heavy.
Yeah.
Build that relationship, build that friendship, and then build a catalog with that person. My answer is sort of adjacent to yours, is that like you have to compartmentalize both sections.
Yeah.
Like, have the moments where you talk about business, have the moments where you be creative, have the moments where you be friends. You know what I mean? Like, when you're being creative, don't talk about the business.
Yeah.
Talk about the business when you're finished. And then when you're not talking about business, you're not being creative, invite each other to each other's shit or go to each other's shit. And you know what I mean? Support each other in ways that like real family and friends would do. Because otherwise you're going to feel like T-Pain every time. But speaking of feeling like T-Pain, we got this album.
Hey.
This isn't about you.
This isn't about you. You know who you are.
Which is 15 songs by Young STF.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped on Thanksgiving 2025. It's out on all platforms. You can listen to it. The link will be down in the description. And so I think T-Pain feels slighted by these relationships. So like, it sounds like you feel slighted as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you feel that way? And then if you do feel that way, or even if you don't feel that way, like what's the real why? Like what was the inspiration behind this project?
Honestly, the inspiration behind this project was my ex. Just everything that I went through with her. I was up north past Seattle. On a bad day, it's about an hour and 40 minutes. I had nobody out there. Nobody. It was just me, her, and her family. My whole life was surrounded by her. And I was trying to make a better life for not only me, but for her, you know, like, that's just what being a man's about. You gotta be able to provide. You gotta be able to pull your weight, you know?
Yeah.
And I was happy to do that. But it was just hard. It was hard to be that far away from everybody who I love. All the opportunities I was missing. I was missing shows because I was out there. It was really hard. The whole situation was like something I've never had to deal with before. And I went through a breakup before with old Nebraska girl. You know, you listen to my music, you already know.
Behind the scenes.
You already know.
Old Nebraska girl. Shout out Nebraska.
It was very different.
Cornhuskers.
I'm not gonna name drop, but it was very different. After that relationship, I stopped making music for a year with Nebraska.
Yeah.
And I had the option to do that in this situation with my current ex. I could have beat myself up every single day and done nothing, or I could have put all of that hate and everything that I felt into an album, and I did that, and I'm so proud of myself. I just did a lot of different stuff on here. To me, this album is very. I feel like I could be way more experimental, honestly. But
so you brought it in.
I brought it down a little bit because I just really wanted to get my point across, and just kind of explain how I feel about just everything that, you know, went on, different eras and stuff like that.
Did you form a new relationship with your music?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And so it sounds like what you learned is that, like, oh no, I need to put myself first and my art first, and then like if there's a product that comes with a relationship, then I can move that way.
No, definitely. Like, I'll tell you this. There was
what are you about to say?
Did you listen to a lot of Taylor Swift and Adele?
No, I do not like Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna lie. Joji. I listen to a lot of Joji. I think that's the male's version of Taylor Swift. I mean, at least in my eyes, from what the white girls at Starbucks say. But
wow. Yo, that's wild. No, I asked because I think there's something particularly special about breakup albums. Just in terms of like your motivations, your energy, the way the lyrics kind of connect, even if you're in a relationship, because I feel like they're the most vulnerable albums.
Yeah.
Like love albums are or albums that are about love are really great, but it like the artist has to be so good that it feels like it's for everybody, because there are some people who have been happy and they make these albums and you're like, this don't sound good at all.
You gotta be vulnerable enough to spill some of your guts,
Yeah.
but like not so malicious that people don't want to listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they got to be able to connect and sit in their car and cry or be happy or be like, dang, I ain't the only one.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what level it is, somebody always has to be able to say, dang, I'm not the only one. And I think that's like the power of what I enjoyed about the album and listening to the album is like, yeah, I've been there.
Thought I told you once.
Exactly.
I ain't told you ass again.
right. But no, going off the vulnerability, I will say like track 6 honestly is one of the most vulnerable. Like I really dig deep in like what happened. Track 6 is the first song I made after everything happened.
What's the title?
First Day After dash Leave That Way. It's I really enjoy how I did these like 2-in-1 type songs. And that's one of them. And if you really listen to what I'm saying, like I'm being so vulnerable and like the shit I'm saying probably sounds silly, but it's so true, bro. Like it happened, bro. And that's the first song that I made after everything happened, after I figured everything out. And that's definite vulnerability that I feel like turned into like a beautiful thing for real. So
what were some of your inspirations for creating the album?
I really try not to listen to music when I'm making an album. But it was really hard for me not to listen to Tizo Touchdown. I listened to him to this day. Like I listened. It was worse. I'll say that it was worse. But I would listen to religiously only him all day, all night. And it's only because I actually deleted a lot of songs. I threw away a lot of songs because I felt like it was leaning a little too much towards him.
Okay.
You know, I was getting a little too much influenced.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I showed Vil and he was like, "Yeah, this does not sound like Tizo. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're insane." But it was just a me thing, and I really try not to get other outside influences. I really try to zone in on myself. Or if I do get outside influences, like track 3, which was purposely my interpretation of a Michael Jackson, Prince, Rick James, Tizo Touchdown song, then in that case, yes, you know, I'll give it a little bit of, you know, pizzazz in that way. But Tizo, JPEG Mafia, Jane Remover, those were really my biggest inspirations in just the way that I'm making my music. And Vil, really, he's the reason why track 15 is on there. The last
Shout out
song.
Millennium.
Yeah, shout out Millennium.
Shout out the Millennium.
That song, I was like, this is gonna be all Vil, and yeah, it was a surprise.
His one song, yeah. So I really think it's beautiful how Tyler the Creator, when he has people featured on his songs, he lets them have the spotlight, and that's what I always try to do as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a beautiful song to represent that, because the beat, you know, I did my shit with the beat, the mixing, and the mastering, but Vil just did his shit with everything. You know how he does it with his harmonics, the verse, the everything.
Right.
He made that song how I wanted it to be. So. Thank you. It was a beautiful thing.
Special.
That was going to be the other thing that I wanted to point out is you mentioned Tyler, the creator who creates a lot of the parts of his music. You also did all the beats, yes?
Yes, I mixed, mastered, produced, arranged, performed everything.
Yeah,
everything.
what was that?
Yeah.
But I thought that was very inspiring in a lot of different ways. Because when you think about like creating all aspects, like there are some people who, like a lot of people would criticize like old Crit or old J. Cole for like when you're creating these beats, you stay in a certain pocket. It doesn't seem like you're stretching yourself, Whereas I feel like listening to you can see the different steps you want to take or the experimentation. But like you said, you range yourself back in, which is a very savant kind of thing of understanding like, okay, I need cohesion.
Less is more sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that shows apparently through everything. I do have a favorite song.
I'm excited to hear it.
Because I've been thinking about this since you text us in the 52 chat the other day. And you mentioned it earlier, like Waiting for You hits for me.
Yeah.
Waiting for You is
a good ass song.
my bad.
Yeah.
It's my bad. Because I like,
I'm glad.
when you have people using like any auto-tune or any auto-corrective or singing, like there's a mix that only great people have. Like T-Pain being able to sing without autotune is to bring it back to T-Pain, is really amazing. But I also enjoy like how you can tell your natural voice, like you could do a nice little song without it, but it's more of a enhancement versus it being a crutch.
Yeah.
And I enjoy
Yeah.
that.
What do you want people to take from this project? And this will be the final one. We'll close out.
That's a great question. It always gets better at the end. I don't know. It always gets better at the end.
Okay.
Don't stop doing you because someone else doesn't see that validation in you. Don't put all your chips into someone else. It's a hard thing to do, especially when you're with someone that you really love and that's your whole life. You moved for them. You've, sacrificed multiple things for them, career, whatever. Just know at the end of the day, it's always going to be you. And yeah.
This ain't about you.
This ain't about you.
Out now.
Not at all.
On all streaming platforms.
This isn't about you.
Yeah.
Link will be down in the description to make it even easier for you. Yeah, I want to know what you guys think about T-Pain and his comments on DJ Khaled in the industry. Let us know down in the comments.
Let's see if he can do it.
Oh,
A 1 and a 2 and a piece.
Okay.
So like we do a 1 and a 2 and a piece as he asked it. So you want to try it?
Want to throw us out?
1 and a 2 and a...
Peace.